What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chain. We're going to be doing a talking video in the car because right now there is a lot happening in the market, but at the same time, not too much. So I want to cover simple things and just talk about what's going on right now, because I think everyone is fully exhausted. No one truly knows where things are headed from here. Everyone's saying a bear market, and then you got a crowd also calling for 2026 to be the largest bull run that, crypto's ever experienced. I'm going to give you guys, again, just what I'm still doing, what I'm focused on, and just what's been happening. So, with everything going on from majors and Bitcoin, like I've stated in many videos, this is going to be the area I do think that we will see a bounce, if we are going to bounce. It's not going to be guaranteed. I would hope we get at least a relief bounce after being almost more oversold, or just as oversold as legitimately fucking FTX and August of 2024. We've had some crazy crashes, but this is just nuts. This was like a full reset, mainly for Bitcoin. Altcoins are already in a bear market. They've been in a bear market, basically. And it's crazy because they just keep going lower too. But outside of that, yeah, it's like even some of the coins that I personally have been, jumping into, buying into dips, trying to catch a good bounce. Still, like things like Edel and Surge, mainly those two right now, those have just been underperforming like crazy. It's kind of expected as far as sentiment right now. It's still rough. But for Bitcoin, at least too, I do want to see, I've kind of drawn it out a bunch. Instead of a V-shaped recovery with, a couple daily candles, I do want to see some chop. So I want us to chop, believe it or not, for like another week. Maybe even a week and a half, if possible. Maybe like 4 or 5 days. So that's what I'm watching for Bitcoin, and everything is just sitting at levels that I thought they would come down to, which is fine. Now we wait. Sorry, I got gum in my mouth. Now we wait to see what they want to do, if they're going to bounce, if they're going to do anything else. But yeah, it's talking about Surge and Edel. Biggest things, Edel has been on and off, up and down like crazy this week. Had a great run, fully retraced like everything, and is now chopping, also dumping even further, because there's still a ton of FUD circulating. And at this point, I'm thinking about selling. I was in, then I was out, back in, and now it's like, bro, trying to just deal with this right now it's not even worth the mental energy. I'd rather just wait for full clarity from sentiment. And even the team was very clear about some stuff too, which I think was bullish, but still some red flags going on. So things like that are throwing me off. With Edel, Surge, I think, is a strong project on base right now, but there's just like minimal updates. There's not much happening with the project itself. Founder, I think, has just been tied up with other stuff, which I guess is a good thing. He's doing a huge hackathon, but at the same point, kind of bearish to be not focusing on your project. But nonetheless, guys, trying to trade, buy anything right now is incredibly hard. And I still think the best thing possible to be doing is be patient, have capital on the sideline waiting, to jump in when the time is right. Aside from little degenning on, I guess, more risky coins, it's like I really haven't been buying anything as far as like major buys in the last few weeks here. And like I said, I think just being patient, letting the price action play out. Like, you don't even have to try to time the bounce. Like, I was thinking with degen plays like the ones I mentioned, we could potentially get a little bit of a bounce, catch a run from it, but as you guys can see, it's still in the process of forming a bottom. Yeah, there's just been a lot of different things happening. It can be very rough holding anything in the market right now, though, too. It's like, You know, it is difficult for anyone and everyone. You know, even for me mentally, it's been a pain trying to trade the upside when the momentum and the trend is clearly down right now. You know, I feel like I've overtraded a little bit on certain things too, but you know, we just got to let this play out, let time play out for Bitcoin to see what it wants to do, because it's still not fully decided on what, you know, the clear direction it wants to go. Trend is heavy down, but like I said, I still think we're going to get a relief bounce here at least. But I also do think we could be fairly bullish going at least into December. You know, I'm still looking to potentially see a Christmas rally of some sort. But like I said, same thing. I know it's very difficult to be holding anything right now in the market. But that's kind of what I wanted to cover with, I would say, probably everything in the market right now. There really is not too much else happening. You know, we're seeing a lot of lower caps. You know, a coin called Machines. A lot of neo-banking coins within that meta have still been doing pretty well lately. And it's kind of shocking because it's like XPL, I still think, is, you know, kind of the king within that narrative, but yet that shit has been going down only for so long. You know, and I actually love when charts look like that. I like to be entering at a complete bottom when everyone thinks it's dead and over. But with sentiment this down bad too, it's like, you know, like it is full out just gambling right now with either the end of the cycle fully hit or the 2026 first 5-year cycle is about to begin. You know, so it's very difficult for anyone. That's why, again, I'm being very patient, letting things play out. And if way more clear, stronger, better signs start showing up, dude, looks like I have a filter on or something. What is going on? But if things just look better going into the next few days, few weeks, you know, I want that clarity to hit before I'm full porting anything in this market, you know. Also, too, we got Monad. They just dropped their token. I think it was actually up today, which I'm shocked. But guys, beware. Brand new, non-specific purpose L1s, L2s launching. That shit will be at 0 in 2 months at a minimum. I don't see a single reason why Monad is gonna fucking move. Not gonna do anything. I'm not even looking at it. Dude, I don't even think you should be looking to try and trade the trenches. But obviously, excuse me, obviously anyone can do whatever they want. I just don't think it's the time to be fully degenning every single day. If anything, you know, looking to short the whole market, looking for shorts every day is probably the best bet until proven otherwise, you know. That's kind of what I've been starting to focus on the last few days, weeks, but trying to short when we're at an area I want to see a bounce is usually not the best thing ever to do. So I want to see what Bitcoin does, let everything play out. If we get a good bounce, all right, bet. Then see where Bitcoin kind of lies in a few weeks, in a month or two. Because if it is going to be the end of the cycle, that's probably going to be the relief bounce to then start fully looking for shorts going into all of next year. You know, I'm playing it from a very long-term perspective with this. You know, if you can make some money going to the downside, going into 2026, granted we don't have a 5-year cycle, right? Then that's going to be the best play to be doing in the market, you know? So I guess that is kind of it that I wanted to talk about and cover today. You know, I would be showing charts and stuff, but you know, I like talking, ranting, rambling sometimes. So yeah, that's it. You know, everyone stay safe in the markets. Like I said, do not be full porting half your portfolio into anything right now. If anything, play with 10 to 20% max. You know, as far as looking for degen plays, even for things like I've been buying and in and out fucking Edel and Surge. It has been like 3 to 5% of my portfolio basically total for those. You know, I'm not trying to be blasting half my portfolio for the make it back trade of the century, you know. Like, don't be stupid, play safe. That's what I got for you guys though. like, gotta just take it day by day in this market, as rough as it can be. But I appreciate you all watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.